Hello, this is Opinion Radar, and if you're anything like me, a mom juggling coffee, chaos, and constant snack requests, you know that a hot cup of coffee that turns cold in 5 minutes feels like a personal insult. Today, I'm sharing my honest take on the Ember Smart Mug 2, a little piece of tech that promises to keep your drink at the perfect temperature from the first sip to the last. As someone who treasures those fleeting moments of morning calm, I was curious whether this $128 mug could really live up to the hype, or if it was just another overpriced gadget destined to collect dust next to the baby wipes. I've been using it daily for months, not in a quiet studio, but in the real world, spills, toddler interruptions, and all. So grab your favorite mug, hot or not, and let's dive into whether this smart mug is truly worth it for busy parents. Let me tell you, as a mom who lives for those as quiet as it gets with little ones around, morning moments with my coffee, finding a mug that keeps my drink warm without me having to reheat it in the microwave for the sixth time has been nothing short of a game changer. I got the Ember Smart Mug 2 a few months ago, mostly out of curiosity. And yes, I'll admit, I hesitated at the price tag. $128 for a mug. That's a lot of sippy cups. But here's the thing. It actually does what it promises. Once I pour my coffee in, the mug detects the heat and automatically starts warming to my preset temperature. No buttons, no guessing. I set it to 135 degrees Fahrenheit in the app, which is just perfect. Hot enough to enjoy, but not so hot that I burn my tongue while multitasking between toddler questions and breakfast cleanup. And the best part? It holds that temperature. All morning long. If you're like me and tend to sip slowly or get interrupted every 2 minutes by a tiny human needing help with socks, this mug doesn't punish you with lukewarm coffee by 9 a.m. What really sold me is how seamlessly it fits into my daily routine. I love bringing my coffee with me from the kitchen to the living room, to the craft table, even out to the backyard when we're playing. And unlike those old-fashioned mug warmers that chain you to an outlet, the Ember is portable. I don't have to keep plugging and unplugging. It runs on its own battery, and with the lid, which I highly recommend, it lasts for hours. I've even started using my Yeti travel lid. It fits perfectly, and that little combo keeps my coffee warm for most of the day. Seriously, I've forgotten about my mug after a busy morning. Come back an hour later, and it's still just right. No more reheating. No more burnt bottom of the mug stains that I could never scrub off with my old electric warmer. And I'll be honest, the sleek lavender color looks so cute on my nightstand. It doesn't scream appliance. It looks like something I'd actually want to keep out on display. Now, let's talk about the app. It's handy, but it's not perfect. At first, pairing was a bit of a headache. You have to be right next to the mug, hold it just right, and hope Bluetooth doesn't drop. Sometimes, if I walk too far or my phone connects to something else, the mug forgets the pairing and I have to go through the whole setup again. It's frustrating, especially when I'm trying to multitask and I just want my coffee. The car in my 2014 minivan remembers my phone the second I turn the ignition. You'd think a $128 smart mug could do the same. Also, the mug only turns on when it senses a temperature change, like hot coffee hitting a cool mug. That's smart for safety, I guess. But it means if I pour in room temperature tea or leftover coffee from the fridge, it won't heat up. I have to microwave just a splash first to trick it. Honestly, there should be a manual override in the app. It feels like such a small fix that would make life so much easier for moms like me who reuse drinks or prep tea ahead of time. Another thing to be honest about, the battery life. On its own, without the charging coaster, it lasts about 80 minutes. For a fast coffee drinker, that's fine. But if you're a slow sipper like me, or if your coffee becomes a 4-hour emotional support beverage while organizing toys, helping with homework, and answering endless snack requests, you'll want the charging base nearby. That said, once I started using the lid consistently, the heat loss dropped dramatically. The lid is honestly a must. It not only traps heat, but also prevents spills when I'm juggling a toddler on my hip and reaching for the laundry basket. With the lid, I can go all morning without touching the charger unless I leave the house. Still, the mug isn't infinite. You will need to recharge it. And if you plan to take it on the go, you'll either need to pack the coaster, which isn't very portable, or accept that it'll run out after a few hours. As for durability, fingers crossed, mine has held up well so far. No chips, no scratches, and the ceramic coating still looks brand new, even after being knocked over once, ahem, courtesy of a curious 3-year-old. But I've heard of some mugs having issues with the coating peeling over time, and that worries me. At this price, I expect it to last more than a year or two. I also read online. Okay, maybe I fell into a rabbit hole one nap time, that some people have had their mugs stop working completely after a few months, with no clear way to reach customer support. The app doesn't have a real human contact option, just bots and FAQ pages. That feels risky for such an expensive purchase. Still, for now, mine is going strong, and I'm crossing everything that it keeps working at least through the toddler years. That said, when it works, it's magic. There's something deeply satisfying about grabbing your mug and knowing the coffee inside is still exactly how you like it. One winter morning, I took it outside to snow with the kids for 20 minutes, left it on the porch table, and came back to perfectly warm coffee. My husband thought I was nuts for buying it, but now he eyes it jealously every morning. I've even caught him subtly adjusting the temperature in the app when he thinks I'm not looking. We started talking about getting a second one because honestly, once you've had coffee that stays warm all morning, going back to cold dregs feels like a personal betrayal. So, would I recommend it? Yes, but with a few caveats. If you're a busy mom or dad or caregiver who cherishes that one daily cup of coffee and actually wants to enjoy it hot from first sip to last, this mug can be worth the splurge. It's thoughtful, stylish, and genuinely functional. But go in with eyes open. The app could be better, the battery needs help, and durability might be a concern long term. If you pair it with a good lid and keep the charging base where you usually park during the day, like your favorite chair or desk, it becomes a true morning companion. Just don't forget to hide it from your spouse. Mine wants one now, and I'm not sure my budget can handle two. If you're ready to stop sacrificing your coffee warmth for mom duty, go ahead and hit like and subscribe because every mama deserves a smart little helper just like the Ember mug. Let's keep our coffee hot and our sanity warmer. Join the crew, and don't forget to share your own cozy hacks below.